Have you ever found yourself facing disrespect in your life? Perhaps it was in the workplace, among friends, or even from strangers in public places. How do you handle disrespect? Do you react impulsively, letting emotions take the reins, or do you seek a more composed and strategic approach? Today, we're diving into the realm of Stoic philosophy to uncover ancient secrets on how to handle disrespect with grace and resilience. These timeless teachings hold the key to navigating through challenging situations with wisdom and strength. By the end of this video, you'll possess the tools to remain calm and composed in the face of disrespect, no matter the circumstances. You'll learn how to control aggressive behavior and influence situations and people around you, whether it's in the office, your workplace environment, or even in public places. But to unlock these secrets, you must stay focused and attentive throughout. So, are you ready to discover how Stoic wisdom can transform the way you handle disrespect? If so, don't forget to like and share this video with your friends, because who knows, it might just be the solution they've been searching for. And make sure to subscribe to our channel to join us on our journey of exploring more Stoic wisdom together. Let's dive in. 1. Maintain emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our own emotions, as well as those of others. It's like having a compass that guides us through the storms of life, helping us navigate challenges with grace and resilience. Self-awareness is the cornerstone of emotional intelligence. It's the ability to recognize and understand our own emotions, their triggers, their patterns, their impact on our thoughts and actions. Our emotions are like silent puppeteers, pulling the strings of our thoughts and actions. But with self-awareness, we can shine a light on those hidden strings, gaining insight into how our emotions shape our behavior. By becoming aware of these influences, we can reclaim control of our responses and act with intentionality. When faced with disrespect, our emotions may run wild: anger, frustration, indignation. But with emotional regulation, we can harness these emotions instead of being swept away by them. By practicing mindfulness and self-control, we can respond to disrespect with clarity and compassion rather than reacting impulsively. Impulsive reactions are like sparks in a dry forest. They ignite conflict and chaos. But with emotional regulation, we can extinguish those sparks before they catch fire. By pausing to breathe and reflect, we create space between stimulus and response, allowing us to choose our actions thoughtfully rather than being driven by instinct. When faced with disrespect, our first instinct may be to retaliate, to meet fire with fire. But Stoicism teaches us a different approach. Instead of reacting impulsively, we can respond with wisdom and compassion. By maintaining our composure and choosing our words carefully, we can transform conflict into an opportunity for growth and understanding. With emotional intelligence, we can take a step back and assess the situation with clarity and perspective. By distancing ourselves from our emotions, we gain insight into the root causes of disrespect, allowing us to address them constructively. Every interaction is an opportunity to practice emotional intelligence. By choosing our responses carefully, we can influence the course of conversations and relationships. Whether it's a word of encouragement or a gesture of kindness, our actions have the power to diffuse tension and foster harmony. Stoicism teaches us that our emotions are within our control. By cultivating emotional intelligence, we can transcend the petty grievances of ego and respond to disrespect with wisdom and virtue. Through mindfulness and self-awareness, we can navigate the turbulent waters of life with grace and resilience. By maintaining self-awareness, regulating our emotions, and choosing our responses thoughtfully, we can navigate through disrespect with dignity and grace. 2. Use diplomacy. Diplomacy is like the Swiss Army knife of interpersonal skills. It's the ability to navigate tricky situations with finesse and grace. When you're diplomatic, you're not just reacting impulsively, you're carefully considering your words and actions to find the best possible outcome for everyone involved. Think of tactful communication as the secret source of diplomacy. It's about choosing your words carefully, like a chess player plotting their next move. By speaking assertively yet respectfully, you can diffuse tense situations and steer conversations towards resolution. In the battlefield of disagreement, common ground is your stronghold. Instead of focusing on differences, look for areas of agreement. By finding commonality, you build bridges instead of walls, paving the way for understanding and compromise. Diplomacy isn't about winning at all costs. It's about finding solutions that benefit everyone involved. By collaborating instead of competing, you can turn conflicts into opportunities for growth and cooperation. It's like turning lemons into lemonade, but with less sugar and more wisdom. When someone disrespects you, the primal instinct is to fight back. But diplomacy teaches us to resist that urge, to respond with calm and dignity instead of anger and hostility. By keeping your cool, you not only protect yourself but also set an example for others to follow. Tense situations are like ticking time bombs, ready to explode at any moment. But with diplomacy as your weapon, you can defuse them before they go off. By staying calm and collected, you can turn confrontation into conversation, conflict into collaboration. Empathy is the currency of diplomacy. It's the ability to see the world through someone else's eyes, to walk a mile in their shoes. By understanding where others are coming from, you can find common ground and build trust, even with your staunchest opponents. Trust is the bedrock of any relationship, and diplomacy is the mortar that holds it together. By being consistent, reliable, and honest, you earn the trust and respect of those around you. And in a world where trust is often in short supply, that's a priceless commodity. When the heat is on, it's easy to lose sight of the big picture. But with diplomacy as your compass, you can stay focused on finding solutions, not assigning blame. By keeping your eyes on the prize, you can turn conflict into opportunity and adversity into advantage. Arguments are like wildfires. They spread quickly and consume everything in their path. But with diplomacy as your shield, you can extinguish them before they rage out of control. By refusing to engage in power struggles, you maintain your dignity and integrity, even in the face of provocation. So, the next time you find yourself facing disrespect, channel your inner diplomat and watch as conflicts dissolve and relationships flourish. 3. Employ strategic silence. In a world filled with noise, silence is often overlooked as a powerful tool for communication. But for the Stoics, silence was not merely the absence of words, it was a deliberate choice, a strategic maneuver in the game of life. Stoic silence is not about being passive or indifferent. It's about choosing our words and our actions with intentionality and wisdom. By withholding our immediate response, we create space for reflection and discernment, allowing us to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. In a culture that values constant chatter, knowing when to speak and when to listen is a skill worth mastering. Stoicism teaches us that true wisdom lies not in the volume of our words, but in their quality. By embracing the power of silence, we honor the value of thoughtful communication and cultivate deeper connections with others. Silence is often misunderstood as a sign of weakness or indifference. But in reality, it's a strategic choice, a tool wielded by those who possess strength and wisdom. By refraining from unnecessary speech, we conserve our energy and focus our attention on what truly matters. Stoic silence is not about avoiding conflict or suppressing our emotions. It's about pausing before we speak, allowing us to respond from a place of clarity and purpose. By embracing silence as a strategic approach, we assert our control over our words and actions rather than being controlled by them. When faced with disrespect, our instinct may be to lash out or defend ourselves, but Stoic silence teaches us to resist that impulse, to pause, breathe, and consider our response carefully. By withholding our immediate reaction, we prevent escalation and create space for constructive dialogue. Silence is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. By taking time to assess the situation before responding, we demonstrate our commitment to thoughtful communication and conflict resolution. Rather than reacting hastily, we approach disrespect with patience and discernment. Every word we speak has the power to heal or harm, to build bridges or burn them. Stoic silence reminds us of the weight of our words and the importance of considering their potential consequences. By choosing our responses carefully, we navigate through disrespectful situations with integrity and grace. Stoic silence is not about remaining silent for the sake of it. It's about pausing to consider our words before we speak. By engaging in thoughtful reflection, we ensure that our responses are grounded in wisdom and virtue rather than emotion or ego. Disrespect thrives on attention. It feeds on our reactions and responses. But Stoic silence deprives it of its nourishment, leaving it to wither and fade away. By refusing to engage with disrespectful behavior, we strip it of its power and reclaim control of the situation. By embracing silence as a means of thoughtful communication, we navigate through disrespectful situations with integrity and grace. 4. Active Stoic listening in disrespectful encounters. Active listening is not merely hearing words, it's about fully engaging with the speaker, seeking to understand their perspective, and responding empathetically to their concerns. In a world filled with distractions and noise, active listening is like a beacon of light amidst the darkness of miscommunication. Active listening is the practice of giving our full attention to the speaker, both verbally and non-verbally, in order to understand their message, emotions, and intentions. It involves not only hearing what is said, but also interpreting the underlying meaning behind the words. In disrespectful encounters, active listening acts as a bridge that connects us to the humanity of the other person, despite their behavior. By engaging in active listening, we demonstrate respect and empathy, fostering understanding and connection even in the midst of conflict. Beyond just hearing words, active listening involves seeking to understand the speaker's perspective, their thoughts, feelings, and motivations. It's about stepping into their shoes, seeing the world through their eyes, and empathizing with their experiences, even if we disagree with their actions. In the face of disrespect, our natural tendency may be to become defensive, to shut down or lash out in retaliation. But active listening invites us to overcome these defensive reactions, to approach the situation with an open mind and a willingness to listen even when it's difficult. Active listening creates a space for open dialogue, a safe space where both parties can express their thoughts and feelings without fear of judgment or reprisal. By listening with empathy and respect, we lay the groundwork for constructive communication and conflict resolution. At the heart of active listening lies the simple act of giving our full attention to the speaker. This means putting aside distractions, focusing on the speaker's words, and tuning in to their body language and tone of voice. By giving our full attention, we honor the speaker's humanity and validate their experiences. Empathy is the cornerstone of active listening. It's about recognizing and validating the speaker's emotions and concerns, even if we don't necessarily agree with them. By responding empathetically, we show compassion and understanding. By embracing active listening, we honor the humanity of others, foster understanding and connection, and navigate through disrespectful encounters with grace and wisdom. 5. Choose your battles. In a world full of conflicts and challenges, discerning wisely is like having a compass that points us towards meaningful battles. It's about recognizing that not every conflict is worth our time and energy, and that our resources are best spent on those battles that align with our values and principles. Choosing our battles wisely is not about avoiding conflict altogether. It's about being strategic and intentional with our energy. By discerning between trivial disputes and meaningful conflicts, we conserve our resources for those battles that truly matter, where our efforts can make a real difference. Our energy is a finite resource. It's like a currency that we must spend wisely. By focusing our efforts on meaningful conflicts, we maximize our impact and effectiveness, rather than squandering our energy on trivial disputes that yield little benefit. Before engaging in any battle, it's crucial to assess the situation objectively. This means setting aside personal biases and emotions and evaluating the conflict based on its merits and potential outcomes. By taking a step back and gaining perspective, we ensure that our actions are guided by reason and logic, rather than impulsivity. Every battle has consequences, some intended, others unforeseen. Before entering the fray, it's important to consider the potential ramifications of our actions. Will this conflict strengthen relationships or strain them further? Will it align with our values and principles or compromise them? By weighing the potential consequences, we make informed decisions that serve our long-term goals and interests. When faced with disrespect, our instinct may be to react impulsively, to lash out or retaliate. But by applying the principle of choosing battles wisely, we take a step back from immediate reaction. We pause, breathe, and assess the situation objectively, considering whether the conflict is worth our time and energy. Once we've taken a step back, we objectively assess the situation, weighing the potential consequences of our actions. Is this conflict worth engaging in, or would our energy be better spent elsewhere? By approaching disrespect with discernment and clarity, we ensure that our responses are guided by reason and wisdom, rather than emotion or ego. Based on our assessment of the situation, we choose our response wisely. If the conflict is meaningful and aligns with our values, we may choose to address it directly and assertively. If it's trivial and not worth our energy, we may choose to let it go and focus on more important matters. By applying the principle of choosing battles wisely, we navigate through disrespectful situations with grace and dignity, preserving our energy for conflicts that truly matter. 6. Stay assertive, not aggressive. In a world where conflicts abound, assertiveness stands as a beacon of strength and integrity. It's about standing firm in our convictions while respecting the rights and feelings of others. Unlike aggression, which seeks dominance and control, assertiveness seeks understanding and resolution. Assertiveness is like a shield. It protects us from being trampled upon and ensures that our voice is heard. In the face of disrespect, it's crucial to stand firm in our convictions, asserting our boundaries and rights with confidence and self-assurance. Aggression and defensive reactions are like weapons. They may offer temporary relief, but they ultimately escalate conflicts and damage relationships. Assertiveness, on the other hand, seeks resolution through open dialogue and mutual respect. It's about asserting our needs and boundaries without resorting to hostility or confrontation. Assertiveness is the ability to express our thoughts, feelings, and needs clearly and confidently, while respecting the rights and feelings of others. It's about finding the balance between passivity and aggression, asserting ourselves assertively and respectfully. In conflicts, assertiveness acts as a bridge that connects us to others and fosters understanding and resolution. By expressing our needs and boundaries assertively, we create a space for open dialogue and mutual respect, paving the way for peaceful conflict resolution. Assertiveness is characterized by clear and confident expression of our needs and boundaries. It's about stating what we want and don't want in a respectful and direct manner, without resorting to aggression or manipulation. At the heart of assertiveness lies respect for ourselves and for others. It's about acknowledging the rights and feelings of others while advocating for our own needs and boundaries. By practicing assertiveness with empathy and compassion, we foster understanding and connection even in the midst of conflict. In moments of disrespect, our natural inclination may be to react defensively or aggressively, but assertiveness teaches us to remain calm and composed, to respond with clarity and confidence rather than succumbing to anger or frustration. Assertiveness is rooted in self-assurance. It's about knowing our worth and standing tall in the face of adversity. By responding with confidence and self-assurance, we assert our boundaries and rights with grace and dignity, inspiring respect and admiration in others. Assertiveness allows us to set boundaries firmly and respectfully, without resorting to aggression or hostility. By clearly communicating our limits and expectations, we create a framework for mutual respect and understanding. One of the greatest benefits of assertiveness is its ability to resolve conflicts without escalation. When faced with disrespect, our natural instinct may be to react aggressively or defensively. But assertiveness invites us to choose a different path, to respond assertively and respectfully, asserting our boundaries and rights with confidence and self-assurance. By standing firm in our convictions, expressing our needs and boundaries assertively, and maintaining composure and confidence in the face of disrespect, we honor our dignity and self-respect. So, let us heed the lessons of the Stoics and stay assertive, not aggressive, in our journey towards virtue and enlightenment. 7. Utilize humor. Humor is like a ray of sunshine. It has the power to brighten even the darkest of moments. In the midst of disrespect and conflict, humor serves as a beacon of light, diffusing tension and easing the weight of confrontation. By injecting a dose of levity into difficult situations, humor paves the way for open dialogue and reconciliation. In a world where tempers flare and egos clash, humor acts as a bridge that connects us to our shared humanity. By sharing a laugh, we break down barriers and foster goodwill, creating an atmosphere of camaraderie and understanding even amidst disagreement. Humor has a magical quality. It breaks down barriers and builds bridges between people. Whether through a witty remark or a clever joke, humor has the power to dissolve tension and create a sense of connection and camaraderie. In relationships, humor is like glue. It binds us together and strengthens our bonds. By sharing moments of laughter and amusement, we build rapport and trust, fostering a sense of intimacy and closeness with others. When faced with disrespect, our instinct may be to react defensively or aggressively. But humor offers an alternative approach. It allows us to respond with wit and cleverness, disarming our detractors and diffusing tense situations with grace and charm. Humor is a powerful antidote to adversity. It allows us to make light of even the most challenging circumstances. By poking fun at ourselves and the situation, we rob disrespect of its power and reclaim control of the narrative, turning conflict into comedy. Humor has a remarkable ability to shift our perspective. It allows us to see the lighter side of life, even in the face of disrespect. By redirecting focus away from the disrespectful behavior and towards a more light-hearted topic, we create space for reconciliation and resolution. While humor has the power to uplift and unite, it's important to be mindful of others' feelings and sensitivities. What may be funny to one person may be hurtful to another. By exercising empathy and consideration, we ensure that our humor brings joy and laughter, rather than pain and discomfort. One of the greatest benefits of humor is its ability to help us navigate difficult situations with grace and resilience. By infusing moments of tension with laughter and levity, we maintain our composure and perspective, even in the face of adversity. When using humor to handle disrespect, it's important to choose appropriate moments to inject levity. By gauging the situation and the mood of those involved, we ensure that our humor is well received and serves its intended purpose of diffusing tension and fostering goodwill. Humor is not just a source of entertainment, it's a powerful force for good in the world. By harnessing the power of humor to handle disrespect, we diffuse tension, foster goodwill, and navigate through life's challenges with grace and resilience. 8. Redirect the conversation. Redirection is like a compass. It guides us away from conflict and towards understanding. It's about shifting the focus of conversations from negativity to positivity, creating space for growth and reconciliation. In a world filled with discord and disagreement, steering conversations towards positive topics is like planting seeds of harmony and goodwill. By focusing on common ground and shared interests, we bridge the divide between us and others, creating opportunities for connection and collaboration. Redirection offers an alternative approach. It allows us to respond with poise and diplomacy rather than escalating conflicts further. In moments of conflict, there's a pressing need for a shift towards constructive communication. Rather than getting entangled in a web of negativity, redirection empowers us to steer conversations towards solutions and understanding, fostering a culture of respect and cooperation. One technique for redirection is to acknowledge disrespectful behavior without dwelling on it. By addressing the issue briefly and then shifting focus onto more neutral or positive topics, we prevent conflicts from spiraling out of control and create space for productive dialogue. Another technique is to shift focus onto neutral or positive topics. By steering conversations towards areas of common interest or shared values, we create opportunities for connection and collaboration rather than allowing disagreements to drive us apart. Finally, asking open-ended questions can be a powerful tool for redirection. By inviting others to share their thoughts and perspectives, we foster a sense of inclusion and validation, creating a supportive environment for meaningful dialogue and understanding. When practicing redirection, it's important to approach the conversation with tact and diplomacy. Rather than dismissing or invalidating others' feelings, we acknowledge their perspective with empathy and understanding, creating a foundation for mutual respect and trust. One of the greatest benefits of effective redirection is its ability to diffuse tension and foster understanding. By steering conversations towards constructive dialogue we create opportunities for reconciliation and resolution rather than allowing conflicts to escalate further. Effective redirection creates a space for supportive and inclusive dialogue where all voices are heard and valued. By focusing on common ground and shared values, we bridge the divide between us and others, fostering a culture of respect, empathy, and cooperation. In handling disrespect, it's crucial to identify opportunities for redirection. Whether in face-to-face interactions or online discussions, redirection allows us to steer conversations towards constructive dialogue and understanding rather than getting caught up in negativity and conflict. Redirection is not just a strategy, it's a way of being. By steering conversations towards constructive dialogue and understanding, we foster a culture of respect, empathy, and cooperation, even in the face of disrespect. So, let us embrace the power of redirection and utilize it wisely in our journey towards virtue and enlightenment. 9. Lead by example. Leading by example is like being a guiding light in the darkness. It's about embodying virtues and inspiring others through our actions. In the face of disrespect, it's not enough to simply react. We must respond with integrity and wisdom, showing others the way forward through our own conduct. Our actions speak louder than words, especially in moments of conflict and tension. By embodying virtues such as kindness, compassion, and self-discipline, we set a powerful example for others to follow, inspiring them to rise above negativity and strive for greatness. When faced with disrespect, our instinctive reaction may be to retaliate or respond in kind, but leading by example teaches us to resist this temptation, to respond with grace and dignity, rather than allowing ourselves to be dragged down into the mire of negativity. Rising above negativity is not easy, but it is essential for maintaining our integrity and dignity. By leading by example, we show others that it's possible to respond to disrespect with kindness and compassion, rather than succumbing to the cycle of retaliation and bitterness. One of the most powerful ways to lead by example in handling disrespect is to respond with understanding and empathy. Rather than lashing out or seeking revenge, we approach the situation with an open heart and a willingness to listen, fostering a sense of understanding and connection. Leading by example also means demonstrating that our behavior does not define us. In the face of disrespect, we remain steadfast in our values and principles, showing others that our worth is not determined by the actions of others, but by our own character and integrity. Stoicism teaches us to uphold virtues such as wisdom, courage, and self-discipline in all aspects of our lives. In handling disrespect, we draw upon these principles, responding with clarity, resilience, and grace, even in the face of adversity. By embodying Stoic principles in our actions and interactions, we inspire others to strive for greatness and purpose. In leading by example, we show others that it's possible to rise above negativity and live a life of virtue and fulfillment, no matter the challenges we face. In leading by example, we acknowledge our own fallibility and imperfection. We recognize that we are all human, prone to making mistakes and facing challenges, but it's through these challenges that we grow and evolve, becoming stronger and wiser with each passing day. Leading by example also means committing to continuous improvement and personal growth. We strive to be better today than we were yesterday, learning from our experiences and using them to propel ourselves forward on the path of virtue and enlightenment. Leading by example also means handling disrespect with grace and dignity. Rather than allowing ourselves to be consumed by anger or bitterness, we respond with integrity and wisdom, showing others that it's possible to rise above negativity and maintain our composure in the face of adversity. It is not just a philosophy, it's a way of life. By embodying virtues such as kindness, compassion, and self-discipline, we inspire others to follow in our footsteps, creating a ripple effect of positive change and transformation. 10. Stay mindful of nonverbal cues. Nonverbal cues are like the silent language of the soul. They convey emotions, intentions, and attitudes without the need for words. In the midst of disrespect, paying attention to these subtle cues can offer valuable insights into the thoughts and feelings of others, allowing us to respond with empathy and understanding. Nonverbal communication plays a crucial role in deepening understanding and fostering connection. By observing body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice, we gain a deeper insight into the emotions and intentions of those around us, paving the way for meaningful dialogue and resolution. Body language is a powerful form of nonverbal communication. It speaks volumes about our emotions, attitudes, and intentions. By observing posture, gestures, and movements, we can decipher hidden messages and gain a deeper understanding of the people we interact with. Posture, gestures, and facial expressions offer valuable clues about a person's state of mind. A slumped posture may indicate defeat or resignation, while open gestures and genuine smiles suggest warmth and sincerity. By paying attention to these nonverbal cues, we can better navigate through interactions, even in the face of disrespect. Our tone of voice is another important aspect of nonverbal communication. It conveys our mood, attitude, and emotions. A sharp tone may convey frustration or anger, while a gentle tone can indicate empathy and compassion. By listening to tone and inflection, we can gain valuable insights into the emotional state of others. In verbal communication, it's not just the words we say that matter, it's also how we say them. By listening to the tone, volume, and inflection of someone's voice, we can discern subtle nuances and understand the underlying emotions behind their words. One challenge in interpreting nonverbal cues lies in cultural differences. What may be considered a respectful gesture in one culture could be seen as disrespectful in another. By remaining open-minded and culturally sensitive, we can avoid misunderstandings and foster mutual respect. Another challenge lies in individual variations in nonverbal expression. Each person has their own unique way of communicating nonverbally, influenced by factors such as personality, upbringing, and past experiences. By recognizing these individual differences, we can approach interactions with empathy and understanding. Mindful interpretation of nonverbal cues involves paying attention to both verbal and nonverbal communication. By listening with our eyes and ears, we gain a more comprehensive understanding of the messages being conveyed, allowing us to respond with grace and empathy. In handling disrespect, observing nonverbal cues can offer valuable insights into the underlying emotions and intentions of others. By paying attention to body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice, we can respond with grace and empathy, even in the face of adversity. Armed with an understanding of nonverbal cues, we can respond to disrespect with grace and empathy. By acknowledging the emotions and feelings conveyed through nonverbal communication, we show others that we value their perspective and are committed to resolving conflicts peacefully. Nonverbal communication is a powerful tool in handling disrespect with wisdom and grace. By paying attention to body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice, we gain valuable insights into the thoughts and feelings of others, allowing us to respond with empathy and understanding. As we reach the culmination of our journey through the 10 Stoic lessons to handle disrespect, let us take a moment to reflect on the profound wisdom we've explored and the transformative power it holds in our lives. From maintaining emotional intelligence to leading by example, we've delved into invaluable teachings that equip us with the tools to navigate through disrespect with grace and resilience. Each lesson has been a stepping stone on our path to greater wisdom and understanding. Handling disrespect is no easy feat. It tests our patience, challenges our principles, and pushes us to our limits. Yet it is precisely in these moments of adversity that the true value of Stoic teachings shines through, guiding us towards a response rooted in virtue and integrity. Stoicism offers us timeless wisdom that transcends the boundaries of time and culture. Its principles serve as a guiding light in the darkness, illuminating our path even in the face of life's greatest challenges. I invite you to continue your journey with Stoicism as your guiding philosophy. May you find solace and wisdom in its teachings, and may you always respond to disrespect with grace and resilience. Until next time, farewell, my friends, and don't forget to like, share with friends, and subscribe for more insightful videos.